And the way that we start the stream today is raw. That's how we do it because we have so much that we're going to get to showing off a beautiful food porn and talking toy drives and food festivals because that's what's happening this weekend. It is the season for both toy drives and food festivals. You got the Tamale Food Festival in the morning, the Vegan Knife Market happening at night, and the toy drive for Charles, all Charles locations happening from here until Christmas. So it's going to be a big deal. Yeah, go ahead and bring down the volume on that all the way, Valdez, because I got a handheld camera because Valdez is going to show off these beautiful tamales that Chef Gary brought. But good morning, everybody on the stream. The Vegan Night Market, this is the seventh one. Mm-hmm. Wow. Oh, yeah, get that mic in front of you. Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to all be all up in your face.
Because Gary watches too. He's like, Hannah, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I can never hear you on the stream, Hannah. I was like,
well, we're going to fix that
there
today.
we go. Oh, yes.
I'm going to be yelling this whole time.
There you go. Projecting. Yes, exactly. Well, because we're all friends at this point. So I would say maybe at first it's a normal reaction to be like timid maybe, especially once around the loud, abrasive personalities, right?
Yeah.
Which is us, right? No. But now we're like years into the game, Hannah.
Yeah.
You know, this Vegan Night Market is like, I've been to so many of them, you know, like OG. I'm watching it grow. It's always a cool, like, hipster moment when you see something, a passion project, go from like a small, event to a larger and larger event. It becomes this big annual tradition now where people all over the state are coming to. I can't express how proud I am of everything that you've been able to pull off.
Thank you.
This one, which we'll talk about on the air, does it get easier to pull these off? As they go?
No.
They get more difficult?
I feel like the stress increases, but in a good way. It's all good.
How many returning vendors do you have?
A lot, quite a bit. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of the same, but a lot of newbies too.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of new ones from Phoenix and other places. Mm-hmm. What's the farthest a vendor is coming to be a part of this Vegan Night Market?
This one I think is actually Texas.
Oh, Texas? Damn.
Yeah. I think that's the farthest we're going out.
Is it vegan barbecue?
We do have vegan barbecue again. Yes.
Yeah,
Trash Panda's back.
Yeah. But Texas is not vegan barbecue? What do they do?
No, Texas is pizza.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Well, so they're going to be selling actual slices?
Yes.
Good.
Dude, that's a ton of vendors.
I know.
How many vendors?
Oh, my
I
God.
think like 62.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm looking at the list. That is intimidating.
Oh, yeah, you're looking at, I know, and that's as a flyer. It looks like it's all fine print.
Yeah.
I know. I never know how to share it correctly. I'm like, oh, and I want to like show off each one, but there's so many.
You know what you need to do is basically make it a carousel and do 10 vendors per frame and then just have them slide so that way their names are a little bigger.
Yeah.
Because it's getting to a point where, like, my old eyes, it's like an eye test.
Yeah.
They're like,
for
yeah,
sure.
we need to, up your prescription here.
No, that's true. Yeah.
But that's good. That's a good problem to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So have you been to one of these vegan night markets yet? Probably not because it's on a weekend, huh?
Oh, I went to the first one, and yeah, they are on the weekend, so I'm usually stuck in the restaurants. But I'm just incredibly proud of her and the hard work she's done to grow this brand.
This Rillito Park one, she's done 2 so far. I went to the first one. I wasn't able to make it to the second one, but the first one was such a rabid, turnout that people packed the parking lots a half hour before it was even starting. And so people were like bum rushing vendors as they're setting up. People are like, chill the fuck out, man. Like, hold on. And so it's jam packed. It's like literally packed from beginning to end. The last one was the same way, gangbusters.
Yeah. It was pretty wild. It was really hot, so there was a little bit less people than
Right.
It was still wild.
Yeah, this one, are you ready for the hurricane that's coming your way?
Yeah.
Because it's going to be beautiful weather. It's a Saturday in December. I mean, that's like high volume time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, Gary was talking about how busy he is just at the restaurants and stuff with it being the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. Sweater weather. It's not too cold.
Yeah,
It'll be
exactly. And this is like the time that I shine because I can layer up. And
Oh, no.
yeah, it helps.
It helps.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Or they're just like, oh, you probably still go to the gym. Like, yeah, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, let's keep the jacket on and keep that mystery alive.
Oh, my gosh.
That's hilarious.
All right, so let's show off these dessert tamales, Valdez. Let me see the camera here.
Words.
Go sideways. All right, so Chef Gary, tell us what we got here.
So this is our hazelnut tamale, sweet masa with a cranberry compote. And then we have our pumpkin tamale, pumpkin spice, pumpkin filling.
Hot words. That's karma.
I know. And then we have our agave coconut whipped cream.
Yeah.
Dang.
I love it. Yeah, the agave coconut whipped cream. So this is all 100% vegan.
Yes, all plant-based, yep.
Yeah, so, and that's on purpose. Are all of your dessert tamales vegan, or you have non-dairy, non-vegan and vegan?
No, they're all, this is kind of our niche for all of our restaurants. When someone comes in, they either have a gluten intolerance or they have a special dietary need. And that's usually a section of a restaurant's menu that kind of gets forgot about, I guess I can say that, for people that have that dietary restrictions or sensitivity to allergens and stuff like that. So we did this purposely so we had a go-to, because usually if you go to a restaurant, I mean, you know your daughter's vegan, and it's hard to find a vegan dessert, right?
Yeah. And even being a single guy, I don't think there's been a date that I've been on in the last, 18 months where the person wasn't gluten-free or, had a gluten allergy, which I'm just like, all right. I know. Are you allergic to gluten?
No.
All right, that's good. But you're already taken. So, but I've had a lot of...
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I've had a lot of gluten-free pizza in the last 18 months where I'm like, ugh, I don't like it. I need gluten in my pizza. It's not great.
Some of them are funky.
Yeah. Too starchy maybe or something. It just doesn't taste right, doesn't sit right for me.
But then we have a lot of spots in town that know how to do gluten-free really well. So.
Or what are some of your favorite gluten-free spots that they know how to do it?
The what's that main gluten-free
Gourmet Girls?
Gourmet Girls.
Yep.
They're great.
Yep.
I actually had a vegan burrito there and I wasn't so sure. It was pretty dang good.
They do a great job.
Vegan burritos are somewhat easy to do as long as the tortilla is, which not cooked in lard or whatever, how they prepare it. But it's vegetables.
As long as you get your tortillas north of Ajo, you'll be fine.
Yeah. But it's gluten-free wise.
Yeah. Okay, so where's that place at?
Where is Gourmet Girls?
It's on Roller Coaster Road in Oracle.
Roller Coaster Road. I didn't even know there's a Roller Coaster Road.
Just south of Rudisil.
I'm a tourist. I'm a tourist, dude. There's none of the words that you're saying right now are making sense.
It's I've never been to that part of Tucson.
Well, how are we gonna do this taste test here?
It's all you guys dig in however you want.
You
I've eaten a million
forks?
of these. Yeah, I brought a bunch of forks. The whip goes on the actual tamale, but if it's hot, it'll melt, and then you just have coconut cream on the plate. So,
all right, let's try. Are you gonna take pictures first, there, Hannah?
I'm gonna take a little video really quick.
Okay, yeah. Always, delivering the food
Always with the
content
content.
at Death Free Foodie, obviously.
Oh boy, let's see.
Oh, I see. Todd was on Roller Coaster Road yesterday.
Was he? I thought he lived in Phoenix for some odd reason.
No. He lives in Tucson, Oro Valley. Not Oro Valley, Marana. That's a nice spot up there.
That's so good.
I'll say it into the mic. Yeah, what do you think about that? That's the pumpkin tamale. So does that taste like pumpkin pie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, spot on. And then with the coconut whip.
And then tried it with the coconut, yeah.
She didn't get any whip yet.
Yeah, didn't get any whip. But it tastes like a straight up pumpkin pie.
Oh, nice.
That's wild.
Yeah. And this is Maz too, or
Masa, yeah.
Masa, yeah. That's how I gotta say it right if I'm gonna go to the Tamale Festival. Wow. Now, see, I don't have a hard on against dessert tamales. It's just the problem is when I do the Tamale Fest, it's after I've had 60 tamales, and they're like, "Hey, now you gotta judge the dessert," and I'm like, "I can't." It's almost torturous. So I've grown to resent dessert tamales only because of the times I would have them.
You're forced to eat it.
Yeah. I would feel like the fat guy in Seven, where I'm like, I'm about to burst, guys. I'm going to literally explode.
That masa's so light and fluffy.
Yeah.
How do you do it by hand or you do it with the mixer?
We beat the hell out of it.
Yeah, by hand? Oh, I like this a lot.
Yeah. The hazelnut one's one of my favorites.
Yeah, no, that hazelnut one is fire. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one popped. Which one, if you were gonna choose which one's your favorite, you're gonna lean hazelnut?
Hazelnut.
Yeah.
And I thought the pumpkin was perfect, but yeah, that one's a little better.
Yeah.
But they're them next to each other, they're perfect.
Oh Oh yeah, that's huge.
Guys.
We're gonna get on here in about 3 minutes on the FM side to talk. The first thing we'll talk about, we'll talk about how good those tamales are, and then get into our vegan night market. And there's a couple things that I've been seeing Tucson Foodie report on as far as rankings of Tucson as far as being a vegan destination in town, and we're like, are we starting to kind of grow as a vegan population and getting the credit nationally as one of like a go-to culinary spots for that?
Yeah, I believe so. We're in so many different articles.
Yeah.
Coming up. It's wild.
I think a lot of it's just because they're just following you.
No.
Well, I mean, honestly, if you weren't at the forefront of really pushing that like vegan food content, who else out there is really doing that?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have a few.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely, food
Yeah.
bloggers out there, but, I think what you've been able to do and to raise awareness, obviously every like kind of vegan restaurant has been pretty appreciative of all your efforts. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would you never eat dairy again after all this? I mean, you pretty much put your name in the game.
Yeah, I'd have no plans of eating dairy.
What if a doctor was like, okay, here's the deal, Hannah. You're farting too many black beans. You need a little bit of dairy or
I love it.
Yeah, or meat in your diet.
I would say, like, what supplements can I take?
Okay.
Yeah. What am I missing like that?
All right. And there's nothing that you there's nothing that you miss from the carnivore world anymore, is it?
No, because the restaurants are doing such a good job of just giving me these alternatives. So all these things I have cravings for, I'm like, oh, let me find a recipe for that. Or let me see if there's a restaurant that'll do that.
Give me an example.
Like green corn tamales are like
Okay.
my favorite thing growing up. So
Right.
I can get those, I get them all around town.
Yeah.
Lasagna, I crave it all day, every day. And
Right.
At that one, I usually have to make myself because I don't know how to get the options.
Well, that's the hardest one because you have to do. I mean, that's two different types of vegan cheeses because you got to go with the ricotta and then the mozzarella, a vegan mozzarella cheese.
Yeah.
That's got to be difficult to sit because mozzarella melts better than any cheese out there, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't like most vegan cheeses, so I make my own ricotta, and then the mozzarella, I get some like nut-based one.
Do you make the ricotta out of like cashew?
I make it out of tofu.
Okay. Damn, tofu's like the miracle food,
I know.
honestly. Not a thing. Like, do you make, what different tofu stuff do you make, Chef Gary? You can make it.
We actually don't use any tofu at the restaurants. So
Really?
just because of the soy content. We have a lot of soy allergies that we are very cautious about. So even our vegan cheese is made with coconut oil. So.
Hey, do you like your vegan cheese?
Yeah.
I mean, again, that's the hardest thing to do. You make the vegan cheese in-house?
Yeah, we do. We make our vegan nacho cheese, and the funny part was Vita kind of went through a little rebranding and rebirth this past year, and we went back to our whole food roots, as it were, and learning and talking with the vegan community and finding out like what Hannah just said. They don't necessarily crave healthy food all the time. They just want something that is like homey and relaxing and comforting and reminds them of what they used to eat. And so we had these nachos and we made our vegan cheese, and like, oh my God, the world was set on fire because we took the nachos off the menu. So luckily the nachos are back at Char Vita. Come see us. They're on the menu.
We're back here live on the podcast broadcast, Rock 102.1 KFMA. That's Chef Gary, of course, from Charles del Steak and Ray. And nope. All the Charles concepts. We also got Hannah at Death Free Foodie and Tucson Foodie in studio talking about the vegan night market, and we were talking about vegan comfort food because at Char Vita, which is kind of the healthier alternative that's right there in Oracle and Ina.
Yeah.
It was a delicious restaurant, and I think I went there for my daughter's birthday, right?
Yeah.
And we had the nachos, and that vegan nacho cheese is fire and spot on. Where you're like, oh my God, like. This is what everyone always says when we go to the vegan night market, which is happening tomorrow night. By the way, the 7th annual one. I brought my dad out for one of the vegan night markets, and because it was his birthday weekend, and he's of course old school steak on Sundays kind of guy, right? So he didn't know what he was signing up for, and the compliment is always the same. Like, I can't believe this is vegan. This tastes just like meat. This just tastes like So the art of creating, the food that we grew up, the comfort food that we grew up loving, and in taking out the dairy and the meat and to do a vegan alternative on it is what chefs like you have been working on for years and actually starting to kind of get it down, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, and so the Vegan Night Market's happening tomorrow night. That's going to be the 7th annual Vegan Night Market. So Hannah started this up as like a passion project, and it started as like a small little like square. How many vendors was the first Vegan Night Market?
I think
Like-
we had about 15.
Yeah, 15, which makes sense. And
Yeah.
most of them were food, but some of them were just like, hey, check out my vegan T-shirt, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then that quickly like blew up.
My vegan socks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these socks are vegan, 100% cotton and vegan. And that blew up, and now it's at Rillito Raceway Park, right?
Yeah.
And this will be the 3rd one at the park. First one was huge, massive turnout. Second one was huge as well, but super hot day. Now we're looking at December 7th, first full weekend in December. The weather's going to be perfect, and you have more vendors than you ever worked with before, right?
Yeah, about 62.
62 vendors. All
Wow.
right, from like what kind of foods? All of them?
All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but we have a great variety. Yeah.
Is there a genre of food that you couldn't get on here? Like, let's explain. We got pizza, right? Check. We're just gonna check this off. Okay. We'll throw out examples, Gary. So pizza, we got check. What about barbecue?
Yep, got
Okay.
barbecue.
Okay.
Ukrainian.
You got Ukrainian.
Oh,
Yeah. What's a good Ukrainian dish?
Spetzel.
Oh yeah, spetzel. Those
I
are
don't know.
no, those are dumplings. I love them.
Dumplings.
Yeah.
Right.
I make those actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I use eggs. All right. Let's see. We got
Greek?
Sushi.
Greek?
We have Greek food, sushi.
You got vegan gyros.
vegan euros. You know.
Well, I mean, it's probably tabbouleh and
Yeah.
Something
yeah,
like
I'm not gonna
Falafel.
promise euros. I'm not sure, but yeah. But
falafel. Though.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
Greek is
falafel.
always like a good go-to for vegan options.
yeah,
Chinese.
we have we have yum yum poke
Oh, yeah.
poke too. That's Korean food. We have Mexican food, of course, a lot of different Mexican vendors.
Lots of Mexican food, yeah.
And we have so much stuff. I'm just looking through. I'm like, we have ice cream. I know it's gonna be chilly, but we have
And that doesn't stop a lot
sweet-
of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the sweet
The
rolls.
Dairy Queen would stay open and flag, and we would
Right?
eat ice cream at winter. So
Yeah, yeah.
We don't care.
When I go there with my daughter, I guarantee she's going to hit up the ice cream no matter how cold it is, legitimately. Yeah. So with over 60 vendors, most of them food, but there's also going to be like art vendors and shopping vendors there as well.
A ton, yeah, a ton of makers. So you can bring your shopping bags and load them up with gifts for the holidays, local stuff.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have tattoos again, so flash tattoos and permanent jewelry and other jewelers that'll.
Yeah, you started that from the last round. So, I mean, yeah, it's turning into like a full-blown fair. And then there's a bar as well,
Yes.
right? So
Ooh.
alcohol, full alcohol, like
Bunch of alcohol, yeah, cocktails, beer, whatever you'd like. Whiskey Del Bach is our sponsor. We love Whiskey Del Bach.
yeah, shout out
Yeah.
Whiskey Del Bach.
They're literally the best. And
Yeah.
we have a VIP section for the first time this time. So it's in the stadium. So 4 to 5 p.m. is like VIP early entry. So
Okay.
you get like if you don't want to deal with all the lines, that's
That's
so
me.
get tickets for that.
So with early entry and VIP, what do you get if you're a VIP for that hour?
Mm-hmm.
Just access to go up and buy full meals from vendors, or
So it's early access, so less lines,
Yeah.
and then you get access to the sushi area. We're gonna have Samurai Sombrero there too in the main
Okay.
area, but in the VIP area will be Oban. So they're gonna be serving their sushi for VIPs. We're gonna have 2 free drinks for VIP also.
nice. And
Yeah.
is Chef Anthony gonna be
Anthony?
there?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
him.
doing the Oban,
Yeah.
a vegan sushi.
Yeah.
So basically, they just take the sashimi off of the rice, and then how do you do vegan sushi?
It's only rice for everybody.
Yeah.
Aw,
It's seaweed, man.
wonderful.
rice and seaweed.
We
Like,
love
it's
rice.
vegan. You're like, oh yeah, I see.
Oh my gosh. No.
Let me ask you guys, as a guy who woke up this morning and ate a bacon cheeseburger for breakfast,
Which is not
that
good.
is legit. I mean, it's good.
I'm sure it tasted good.
How do I get my feet wet if I go to this vegan market? Like, where should I start? Like, each one of you, do you guys have like a recommendation where to start? Like, what would ease me into this?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on what's your go-to food. Like, what's your nostalgic? What's your
Look at them.
get
We
out of
don't
here?
judge
Maybe
much.
I would go to Churros and Zunza because they're just the most incredible. They have like They have the best churros and coconut water, and it's like it's usually fast line. They go,
Okay.
so you can walk around with that.
I
Yeah, they
am
can burn and turn.
impatient.
I
do
think
have
that's a
ADD.
good idea too, because
Yeah.
I think a lot of things expect to wait in line. Sometimes you're detriment to your own success. So many people come out, and these are basically a bunch of pop-up restaurants.
Yeah.
Some of them operate quicker than others, but if you want to not be hangry and go there starving, you start off at the churro
Yeah.
tent, so you have something to snack on while looking for your main course.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
figure out what sounds really good. Go get some sushi, maybe from Samurai Summer.
Oh,
Oh.
just rice and seaweed.
Oh my gosh, it's
No,
so
they-
good. It's not even.
There's
Whole fried.
there's pickled cucumbers in there and stuff too, right?
Oh my
Daikon.
gosh.
Yeah.
No.
No, I'm sure there's lots of different alternatives that I would actually. I mean, obviously, Chef Anthony is our Iron Chef winner and a defending champion. So, if anybody is going to be able to pull off some great vegan sushi, creatively speaking, Chef Anthony is going to do that.
He's great.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, yeah. So, Vegan Night Market's happening this Saturday. You can follow at Death Free Foodie or, of course, at Tucson Foodie on Instagram, Facebook, all your social media. But that's where you're going to see all these beautiful pictures. We're going to go through the carousel and look at some of these vendors here on the podcast broadcast. When we come back, free tamales for those who are able to basically help out kids in need here for a toy drive that El Charro is doing here annually. We're going to tell you all the details that you need to know so you can get your delicious dessert tamales and, of course, help out our community. It's coming up next on Beef Vegan Presents, so don't go away. Clear. All right, yeah, let me see. I got your page here because I always have your page on deck. We're like, boom.
That is
Yeah.
insane.
What?
This
You haven't
is-
had
Oh,
it
yeah.
before?
I don't think I've tried this. I've tried that one, I believe.
Did you even get to the hazelnut yet?
Did
There's
I
like a
not?
little hazelnut pocket in there.
What?
I learn something new every time I look at your Instagram page, Hannah. Because I'm like, initially, I'm looking at this picture of you and Chef Anthony, right? Which is a great picture. And I'm like, oh, cool. I'm going to click on that, right? To see the picture. And then it goes to this reel. So
Yeah.
you did a cover that was a picture that went into a reel.
So this I did not create. This is something that my friend Molly completely did on her own. Her and We Animals. They're incredible. They were like, she was like, I'm really proud of what you're doing. Can I do something? Can I work on something around what you're doing in Vegan Night Market and your platform? And yeah, and she interviewed me and did the whole thing.
Oh,
it's
nice.
insane. She did. It's a 3-part series.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it just an Instagram series? So there's audio here? Let's
It's on Instagram.
Here, let's listen. To
Reels and images, she's not just showing us what's possible for vegan food, she's making it happen.
Death Free Foodie? That's Hannah, right? Yeah, I knew her as Death Free forever.
She's done so much for the vegan food scene in Tucson. She's definitely elevated the stylistic aspect of, what is really great vegan food, what does it look like.
She came down and she tried them and she posted about them and then she just kept trying them, kept posting. I think it was a huge stepping stone that got us to where we are. She really put the word out that we were doing this.
But Hannah's work goes beyond her social media. She's collaborated with restaurants across the city, meeting with chefs and owners, showing them how a single vegan dish can open their doors to more people.
Hannah came to the food truck and she ordered our famous fried avocado. A lot of the followers came, they loved it. And then Hannah's like, you know what? Everybody's loving it. We should get together and make something else. And we were like, okay. So we decided to work on a roll. And then we said, what should we name it? She's like, I don't know. What do you think? And I said, we should just name it Death Free Foodie Roll. And the name stuck. And ever since, everybody's been trying it. They love it.
Hannah, our Death Free Foodie partner, she collaborated with Paul Reyes and they came up with the vegan barbecue jack. It's been highly demanded. After so many people coming in and asking about it, we put it back on the menu because it's what the people want.
Hannah reached out to us to collab on a vegan Death Free Foodie ramen. Definitely is one of my favorite ramens. Honestly, any meat eater would definitely love enjoying that, even just the base by itself or the ramen completely composed.
These collaborations highlight Hannah's inclusive approach, welcoming non-vegans while inspiring local culinary experts to push the vegan envelope.
Like I said, I like the challenge to just make great food for everybody, doesn't matter who.
You just show them like, oh, this is really good food. I feel great after eating it. It tastes amazing. and then slowly start to try and they stay open. You know, we're all different, but I love sharing the yummy food and just staying as positive as possible.
This is beautiful, Hannah, and it does such a great job of showcasing the impact that you have on this, on local businesses, and everything that you've been doing is more than just a passion project or even a vanity project. Like what you've been able to create is a brand that is literally synonymous with a lifestyle. In Tucson, if you see a death-free foodie thing, you know it's going to be vegan, and then you know the brand behind it. That is massive. And then to have these businesses and restaurants be like, if it wasn't for Hannah, we wouldn't be at where we're at today and wouldn't have the, walk-in. I'm proud of you. That's massive. Yeah.
That's wild.
It's a big deal. Yeah.
awesome.
So that's a beautifully well done reel as well. Who did that again?
She's incredible. Yeah, it's Molly and We Animals. Molly's Instagram. Let me bring that up really quick.
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow her right now. But
Okay.
shout out to her. That was good work as well.
Yeah.
I mean, she's no slouch on social media either. Has 95.9 thousand followers.
So Great Bear Media. Great Bear Media is
Media.
Molly. She's incredible. I love her.
Yeah, that is massive. And it's super impressive. But just hearing what the restaurant owners and other chefs say, they're spot on. I mean, you feel the same way, right?
Yeah, I mean, we work together a lot. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, for years.
And my favorite thing is when she comes in not to do a piece, and she just comes in to have breakfast or whatever.
Yeah.
Or lunch. I mean, you guys came in with your family the other day, and it's just awesome because I get to interact with her family, and it's not just like, oh, we're here to shoot some food, or we're here to do this, or we're here to do that, and we're trying to get content. Because I mean, in today's world, a lot of what I do is content related. I'm just constantly creating, and so
and you're doing great on that too.
Yeah, but sometimes it's a refreshing, oh, you're still in your pajamas. This is cool, and and her whole family's meat eaters, and she's not, and
Yeah, I was the only vegan.
of
one
course,
there.
Of course, yeah.
I'm eat your food. It's gonna get cold. She's like, I just want to take a couple of pictures. I'm like, just sit down and enjoy. So, but yeah, no, we've worked together for a long time, and it's just she's just an awesome person to work with, and just an amazing relationship with Tucson. And I mean, she shares the passion that Tucson is the best culinary landscape in Arizona.
Yeah.
And so,
well, that's fact. And and the vegan part of it is a large part of it for sure. Which is so crazy. How do you work out 6 hours a day? How do you not look like us? You know what I mean? Because your job is to eat.
You guys do not look bad.
Well, I'm just saying, a little fluffy. We're a little fluffy in a positive way. I mean, we are, sexy
vegan.
bears. Well, I understand.
She's
No.
I had a bacon cheeseburger for breakfast.
No.
That answers everything.
There's a lot of carbs, a lot of sometimes sugar. It really depends. It is a common misconception of saying if you just eat vegan that's going to be the healthiest. It depends on what you want to eat vegan. Oreos are vegan, right? You eat 100 of those, you're
Are
gonna
they
have
really?
fat ass. Yeah.
I thought
Oreos are vegan.
They're accidentally vegan.
Yeah.
Accidentally, really?
Yeah.
I
They're
thought it was
delicious, too.
horse hooves in the middle. I was
No.
they couldn't afford heavy cream when they first
I
started
know,
making
right?
it.
It's so
That's
bad.
what it was. They were just so cheap,
Yeah.
and then just and then boom, yeah.
But being born and raised from Tucson and what you guys are doing, because you're not from here, thank you for doing
Oh, I'm born and
the
raised.
community. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This will be good.
Me
Thanks.
too.
Yeah, well, she's born and raised too.
Oh, cool. Well, thanks for what you guys.
I'm the only outsider here.
Go back to
Yeah,
Jersey.
yeah.
You're
Yeah,
trash.
my bad.
Oh.
No, I appreciate that, man. And
No,
yeah,
even your
Yeah.
toy drive, that touches my heart because we have so much in these times of need. I've been there for the Caliente backpack drives and stuff. Right now, you guys know it. You're out there. Our community's in need. So every little bit we can do. How long have you been doing your drive, Gary?
So this will be the 5th year. We obviously took COVID off. It's John B. Wright is a elementary school, kind of in a very underserved part of town. There was this movement a while ago by the former owner of Tucson Foodie to kind of make fun of the Grant and Alvernon area of town.
Yeah.
And me and Raymond were like, this is our community. We need to build this up. And we partnered with the School Garden Project, which is ran by the University of Arizona. And the director of the project is Moses Thompson. And he took Monzo, which is in Barrio Hollywood, and turned it from an F-rated school into an A++. They were going to close that school. And, I mean, I think you live on the west side, right?
Yeah.
Where would those kids go? You know, and most of the kids that live in that neighborhood live with their aunts or their grandmothers. They don't actually live with their actual family. So he got these kids engaged in this garden and gave them something to care about. So they would go to school every day. They had to feed the chickens. They had to make sure the fish were alive. They had to walk the ducks and, you know, water the squash and all this stuff. And it just bloomed in this whole thing. So now they have 62 school gardens in just in Tucson alone. So John B. Wright's one of the second schools that was failing. It's at the Grattan-Alvernon area of town, and it's such a diverse school.
Is it K through 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they speak 23 different languages in that one school alone.
Right.
So every year we kind of go out and buy as many toys as we can. We roll some burritos and take apples and juice, and we get a bunch of stuff donated from Shamrocks and muscle milk and stuff. And
we're gonna have to repeat a bunch of this. Here.
Oh, I didn't know we were not.
Yeah.
That's
45. Well, you know, we're on 45 seconds. So
right, we'll go back.
we're still on this tip, which is great. And this is why it's, you know, I love the cause. I love, you know, what Gary's been doing with this toy drive each and every year. So yeah, it's.
So do you see it getting more successful every year you do it?
So we have 419 kids this year that we're gonna feed and you know, give toys, give backpacks, and kind of, you know, if they don't go to school, like if they're on winter break, they typically don't get a warm meal. So,
right.
It's very heart touching. I dress up as Santa. We have another manager dresses up as the Grinch, and
that's so cool.
You know, it's just a great time. And on a personal level, when I got out of prison 20 plus years ago, I had to move back in with my mom, and she lived in the Pima and Ritchie area.
So Rock 102.1 Camp, man. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Yes, you know, it is December, and December is known for a couple things here in the Old Pueblo. It's obviously the season of giving and, of course, the season of tamales. And we got a combination of both with Chef Gary, and they do an annual toy drive that is unlike most toy drives, because this is one that is designated for a sole purpose in the community around Grant and Alvernon. It's continue to cultivate this beautiful project, and we were just talking about it on the podcast broadcast. But I'll let Gary explain a little bit more, because and this is the area that I live in too right now. Now my daughter just graduated high school when I first moved down to Tucson, and if I got this condo, like, you know, in its other, you know, life, I would have loved my daughter to be able to go to this school. And what a turnaround from these schools going from like an F graded school to A++ because of a visionary concept that's being implemented here. And this is one of the schools. What's the name of the school again?
John B. Wright.
Yeah, and then what's the initiative that they've been doing here for several years that involves the culinary arts and gardening and kind of teaching basically students beyond the books, you know, how to get out there and grow and, you know, learn a skill and a trade at an early age.
So
Tell me more.
It's called the School Garden Project. It's run by the University Social Behavioral Science Department. And basically go to, there's 62 elementary schools in town that have the School Garden Project, and it's part of the curriculum now. They have to be in that class. They have to cultivate a vegetable a year. They have to, some of the schools have live animals. They have chickens, like ducks.
Right.
We have one school that has tilapia, that they actually use the tilapia waste to fertilize all the plants, which is pretty cool. So they're aqua farming there.
How big is their tilapia pond?
It's probably about as big as this desk.
And do they farm it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and then that's the Monzo. That's in Barrio Hollywood. So that school's kind of the benchmark for all of that. And they actually hold farmers markets out of the school. So they'll harvest all their stuff and hold little farmers markets in the neighborhood. It's super cool, man. And just to see the light in the kids' eyes that they created this thing is just amazing to see. So John B. Wright's one of those schools, and it's one of the most underserved schools in the Tucson area, being in the Grant and Alvernon area.
And that says a lot, because I mean, basically every school, for the most part, is an underserved school in the Tucson area.
100%.
Legitimately, yeah.
So the principal has done an amazing job, and we partnered with her about 6 years ago, right before COVID, and then COVID happened. But we've been continuing it since COVID. And we go in there, we got about 419 kids this year. We're going to buy a bunch of toys. Obviously, we spend a ton of money, but we're asking for toy donations from the community, but we're not going to just ask for a handout. We're going to give you one of these dessert tamales. So if you bring in an unwrapped toy to any of the Charo or C Charo restaurants, we're going to give you a dessert tamale for your hard work and making a difference in the community.
Yeah, I love it. That's Flores family and Charo all together, just kind of putting their money where their mouth is. We want to make a difference and an impact and help out these kids, and we're willing to give you a gift if you find it in your heart to gift these kids as well. And what a great skill to learn, because it's so important for these kids are going to have an advantage growing up, because every single day when I'm reading news, the importance of being able to grow your own food, when it comes to even just having a chicken coop and having some eggs, or being able to grow vegetables in your backyard and gardening, and then stay away from the different pesticides and whatever the hell might be out in mass produced food and produce. It's such an important skill trade to have. Unfortunately, as we go into the future, you almost have to look back at the skills that our forefathers had before us to be able to maintain and sustain, our lifestyles. So yeah, these kids are going to know how to garden and grow up and be able to grow their own vegetables, and then even farm. And this is something that if you don't know how to do it, you're going to regret it and wish that you did.
Well, and then it helps out too, because it's keeping on a tradition. I come from a line of migrant farm workers. So, as my grandparents and my parents picked vegetables, they also learn how to grow them.
Mm-hmm.
So they my great uncle has a garden that he still tends at 93 years old. So you having this program that's teaching these kids how to garden is keeping up that tradition. And thank you guys for all the hard work you do. And it's amazing. And I asked Chef Gary as a fat guy, I was like, if I bring 12 toys, can I get 12 tamales? And he's like, sure, there's no fine print here.
Yeah.
So you heard me. People, go get as many toys as you can.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, actually, I'm going to ask what are the top toys that you can buy in 2024 for kids ages 5 to 14, So, and there's a lot of stuff. Obviously, there's expensive things. I'm going to say under 20. I'm going to give you a list as far as the best toys that you could buy for under $20 here. And because the first thing that popped up on this list was a Ninjago set, Lego. That's probably $300. You don't want to get
probably too much.
That's that's very generous. If I came in with a $300 Lego set, am I walking away with a dozen tamales, or is it just?
Yes.
Unfortunately, we do try to keep it under $10.
You want to do 10?
We want it to be fair. We don't want to, and then we put out a 35-foot table, so we start with the kindergartners. And they can pull their toys, and then we kind of age out as we go. So, we try not to create any animosity between all the kids, because then obviously as soon as they get their burritos and their drinks and stuff, they all just sit down in the courtyard and start ripping apart toys.
Yeah.
And that's the best part, and then they come, obviously I dress up like Santa, so they come and sit on my lap, take
Santa,
pictures and
the
stuff.
Grinch,
so,
they're all going to be there.
Yeah, so it's the whole experience. I love it.
Does your Santa at this toy drive, does it have beef with the Grinch, and you guys going back and forth? Are you always trying to defend the toys from the Grinch? Because I hear the Grinch could be a son of a bitch.
No, our Grinch is actually pretty nice.
It's a nice Grinch?
Yeah, it's a nice Grinch.
Okay, so it's after the Grinch's heart grew?
Yeah.
Okay, just make sure. I know, isn't that sweet? The Grinch's heart grew because it switched his diet and went all plant based, and then that's why he's so green. But we're keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Be back with more with our crew right after this.
It's getting too touchy feely in here. After the show, I'm gonna have to go punch a baby or something.
That was a nice segue.
You like that?
I like
Yeah, I tried. I married the two, and then that makes sense. So the Grinch went plant based, and his fur started turning green, and
It's precious.
Yes, I
Sorry,
love
guys.
it.
I want to keep
Eat it.
Yeah, keep
Oh,
eating.
go for it, man.
Here,
They are
in fact,
delicious.
Actually, we're going full screen while you eat that. It's not weird at all. Just go ahead.
Not weird.
Yeah.
Not weird. Not
Enjoy
bad.
that. Don't mind. I think this is great internet here. So
It died.
here, there you go.
Whatever you don't eat, I'm gonna eat when you guys leave. I'm gonna hide my shame and just.
And this is not the pumpkin one. This is explain what this tamale is, and hold it up a little higher so they can see it on the camera there.
Where's the camera?
Right there.
Right there.
Bam.
So that's our hazelnut tamales, sweet corn masa, and our cranberry compote.
And that's a free tamale that you can get if you donate a toy to any Charo location.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Do you make your own masa, or do
I just
you
said
buy
that.
it from
That's an
somewhere?
Instagram clip
make
right
it.
there.
You
Bam.
grind the corn and everything.
Yeah, so
Nice.
we a lot of people don't know we actually have a USDA factory. So we're one of two in southern Arizona.
What's a USD factory? What is that?
United States Department of Agriculture.
Okay.
So the food that we make is federally inspected because we actually ship nationwide for all of our restaurants and stuff. So
I'm surprised it's not on the front door of all your restaurants.
it should be, but
Yeah.
anyways.
Yeah, that's a flex,
But
dude.
the cool part about it is like the other USDA factory in Tucson is the University of Arizona and their butcher program at the agriculture department. But and everything's handmade. We got like 40 nanas in the back rolling tamales and mini chimneys and and they're making the birria. Like it's awesome, dude.
Where do you find these nanas?
They're all related.
Yeah.
I'm like, mine's probably there. I'm like, what are you doing?
That's
here?
amazing.
It's terrible when there's a birthday or a funeral, but
Yeah, you gotta roll up your sleeves. Be like, oh.
But I mean, they're just amazing. They're the backbone of the company, and I mean, it's all about consistency, and that's what makes a great product.
We got to get footage of them. They're the unsung heroes of this restaurant, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't posted a reel or something of all these nanas because that's a big deal. You talk, I mean, obviously Charo is so legendary when you look him up online. Like I had my uncle who's lives out of San Francisco. You know, he travels all over the world, right? So he's a foodie, right? So he'll do his homework as to any location he's going to. Where do I have to go? Where do I have to eat at? And then when he came in. Last time came down to Tucson, he's like, "Oh, so I heard this place Charo. We should check out." I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely."
Check it out.
I know. We went. Unfortunately, it was during COVID, right? And so he did not have his Charo experience. So yeah, we'll have to maybe do it up this year.
Come on back, Uncle Beef.
Yeah. I actually, got COVID that year too, or that was that holiday.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I blame the waiting line at Charo for me getting COVID.
Whoa.
Or
No, let's not say that. What's going on?
Whoa.
I know.
Let's not go that far.
The reality is, I think I had COVID before I went out, and yeah, I know it was the thing. It was the Omicron. Remember the Omicron? What a
wow,
fun,
I forgot about that word. What?
Yeah, that was just a fun little COVID. I had that for like 10 days. Old school. Yeah, what kind of COVID did you ever get?
I got it once, like right in the. Well, actually, me and my wife were really, really sick during our wedding. Like we got married on New Year's Day, January 2020, and we were sick. Like we both had 103 fevers. Like we were dead to the world. But we already had 150 people coming from everywhere, and it's New Year's Day, so all the restaurants are closed.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, bartenders, servers, restaurant managers, all our families coming in, and like, show must go on. So we, put on our boots and got married and had a party and slept it off the next 2 days.
Wow. Really?
So,
So
we
you
thought
guys-
we thought we had COVID,
Yeah.
and then right around like I want to say June, the middle of June, because we were still out there. I mean, we were out, essential workers. We were. What do you do? You're a chef. We feed people, so
Right.
we just transitioned and started feeding restaurant workers and taking tamales and box lunches and everything to the fire departments and to the everywhere. We were just everywhere. So I probably picked it up somewhere.
Yeah.
But I didn't and we were doing like weekly tests because
Yeah.
just to make sure that we weren't
You had
getting
to
anybody sick.
at that time too. Of course, how
So
strict everything was.
I tested positive and waited a day and tested positive again and then my wife was like funny because we had bought the boys a trampoline for Christmas, and I just hadn't put it together. And we got married, and then everything shut down.
Yeah.
So I'm out in the backyard putting together a trampoline with COVID. Apparently, it's like she was just like I was not sick at all. Like I didn't get a fever, I didn't get
really?
a cough.
Okay, that's
nothing.
good.
So
Yeah. During
That's how
that
mine
time.
was too. That's how mine was super mild.
yeah,
So yeah, zero symptoms, and that was initial. Like you think you had the 19, the first run.
Yeah, it was like later on in that year.
Okay, yeah,
So I mean, I lost I didn't have like a sense of smell.
yeah.
I never really lost.
Neither did I. That was
taste.
so. That's why it was Omicron for me and my family when we got it, and it was just kind of we're like meh. We were like meh for like 10 days, right? A little runny nose, but nothing like super sick. But when you were sick, 103 degree temperature at your wedding, and both you and your wife, are your wedding pictures where you guys are like in cold sweats?
Yeah. We had the best photographer in the world, and Neil Kruger. It's like just amazing photographer, and he just made us look amazing.
That's good. So yeah, like far away angles and shots and stuff. If you get all close up, your eyes are gonna be bloodshot. When you're like that sick,
Yeah, all clammy.
oh, I couldn't even imagine it. Like the hell, yeah, you're still kissing her. Is she leaning back and she doesn't want war COVID, or she's like, I'm about to throw up, man.
Yeah, seriously. She was hammered by the time we got married. Like,
So that's-
her friends were like, they do the whole bride's day and everything, and like they were just feeding her champagne the whole day, like just so she was like felt good.
Yeah, felt okay.
Yeah.
So honestly, like the alcohol, just like if you're doing NyQuil or DayQuil, basically, you just kill the germs that way, or at least drown them. Make those germs party. Yeah, I feel for you because that's the day. You're just like, the show must go on.
We've already spent this money.
Yeah, it is done. There is no way we just have to go through it. And then, like, honestly, how did you feel physically throughout the whole day?
I was racked. I
Yeah.
was just like my body hurt. Like just like when I always like say like it's like aluminum foil against your skin, like on the inside, like it's just like scratchy. Like I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but like,
yeah, no, that's the description is like,
so I don't
torturous.
know.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to you guys. So they say here this will make you feel better. Statistically speaking, most couples do not get it on the night of their wedding. Right? Statistically speaking, I think it's the percentage is close up to 80% of married couples don't have sex the first night right after their wedding because they're just so exhausted.
Yep.
Yeah. And so, like, I'm sure you were dying as well. And as soon as the wedding was over, you're just like, all right, pass the NyQuil and I'll see you in 16 hours.
Yeah, we stayed at the AC Marriott because our wedding was at Stillwell. So we walked over there, and Amber's like, I just want Burger King. So like, I went and got Burger King, and her maid of honor stayed like you can't tell in the picture, but she had like 102 braids in her hair, and she was like trying to pull them out because she had the worst headache. So her maid of honor just sat there and pulled out her braids.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's like, hey, if we can weather that, we can weather anything.
Yeah. No,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know. That's, well, I mean, it's not the worst wedding I've heard of,
Oh my God.
It was actually a badass wedding.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
we went through a case and a half of Jameson. Like it was.
Oh my goodness.
That's my kind of wedding.
Yeah, how many people like message you a week later being like, "Hey, it's weird. I think I got COVID from your wedding."
No, it wasn't a thing then. Like nobody knew
That's
because
true.
it didn't hit the States till March.
You're right. You're right. Yeah.
So.
Well, no, it was definitely in the States, and it just wasn't being reported heavily.
Right.
Till March. I believe I got it the first time, probably, I think it was November, prior to your wedding. So November 2019. Now we were reading about it on Twitter for months. It was growing in China, and this is when I was still on the Frank show. And so like off air, we're talking about this thing like, hey, this is a real thing. We're about to have a pandemic. Like this thing is growing, but people are not taking it seriously at all. But this seems bad. And sure enough, the tsunami came, and it seemed to be a lot worse than we prepared for. So because nobody prepared for it. And honestly, I'm an idiot where I didn't even load up on anything. I didn't buy extra toilet paper. I didn't think we'd run out of toilet paper.
Yeah. It's restocked pretty quickly. Yeah,
Kinda. Yeah.
My dad brought like random office toilet paper from his businesses. Like, it was wild.
I did that when I was low. I was the only one that was made to come into the building to work, and so then I had free reign to all the toilets in the bathroom. So yeah, like first I stole the women's restroom toilet paper, and I was like, we got no ladies here, so I'm going in there. That was fun, eye opening too, because they got a really nice bathroom. I'm like, what the fuck? And so. And I actually got my last relationship just because of the hoarding of toilet paper I was able to acquire here, because on my Bumble profile, that was my opening line. Like, I got toilet paper.
Oh,
what's up? Yeah.
Did you take a picture with her? Like,
yeah. No, but hey, it was enough where like literally the girl I ended up dating for like 3 years was like, that sold me right there, because she thought it was hilarious, and at the same time, I'm sure she was scared that she was going to have like a, dirty butt.
Oh my God.
I know. It goes a long ways.
Hey, priorities.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I'll tell you, next time, anytime a new cold or something pops up, I'll rush to get that toilet paper and learn. Toilet paper and water.
Yeah.
But we made it. We survived together. We're on the air here in about 15 seconds. I didn't say any of that on the air, which is good.
I wouldn't assume you would.
Oh, no, you listen to the show. Sometimes I would.
See who's listening.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Hanging out here with the crew. We got Hannah, a.k.a. Death Free Foodie. You probably recognize her name on half the menus around town. In studio, Chef Gary from El Charro in studio as well. So both of them are doing really cool things here. Of course, the Vegan Night Market is happening tomorrow night, Rillito Raceway Park. Do you have live music in there or a DJ?
We have DJ.
Was there like a little dance party that busted out last time?
You know, some people were dancing.
Okay.
Yeah, most of it's just kind of like eating and feeling good with the good music behind you, but I'd love to have some more dancing.
Yeah, you know what? Give me some pro tips. If I'm say this is going to be my first time going to the Vegan Night Market, wink, wink, because I've been to a couple.
Yes, you've been.
But for everyone else out there, what's a good pro tip so they can go there and have the like ultimate experience?
I would wear comfy shoes and bring shopping bags. Bring reusable shopping bags to throw all your goodies in. Picnic blankets. We're gonna have plenty of seating, but there's also gonna be a lot of grass. So bring little picnic blankets, whatever's cozy, and just show up wanting to have a good time.
You know what my thought was this morning when I was leaving the house? I was just like, yeah, it might be a little cold tomorrow night, and I like wearing my leather jacket because I look badass in it. But I'm like, ooh, should I not wear a leather jacket to the Vegan Night Market?
Oh, dang.
Is that a bad look?
There are so many leather alternatives. We probably wouldn't be able to tell if it's real leather or not.
Yeah, I'll be like, it's an alternative, not like a $300 leather jacket that I'm super proud of.
Also, if it's refurbished, we don't know if it's real. If it's, you might have thrifted it.
I kept that in my mind too. So the vegan rule number 7 is that you can wear leather if it's refurbished or reused. And I learned this from Hannah a couple years ago.
It's personal, but that's my.
That's their own personal rule. Yeah. I mean, there's some, of course, like say.
I thought that was like I thought that was in the book.
It's in the vegan rule book. Yeah.
I was like, I've never heard that.
Our little Bible.
You never read all the way down to rule number 7.
I didn't.
Yeah.
10 Commandments of being vegan.
Well, I was vegan in high school, and like, dude, we used to like.
Were you really?
We were Nazis about it. Yeah, we were like these hardcore punk little skaters that were like
okay
vegans. Like like
straight edge.
yeah, we were. We were just little straight edge vegans, man. And we were like running.
So no weed, no meat, no nothing. Just skateboarding, punk rock, and so you had no leather. I mean, obviously rubber. No, rubber is not. Vegan. So yeah, the soles. So you can wear Vans. Vans are vegan.
Well,
most of them.
Vans weren't big back then. We were like Chuck Taylors.
Chuck
Taylors.
They're safe. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Chuck Taylors are the go-to. So yeah, how long were you vegan?
God, all through high school, like 6 years.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, we traveled the country with hardcore
Did
bands.
you say all through high school 6 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. He spent a
I
couple
was
extra
trying
years.
to like figure out.
No judgment. No
Actually,
judgment.
I dropped out of high school.
Oh, no
my
judgment for
sophomore
sure.
year. So
Okay, I was like, did I do high school wrong?
Did you? Wow.
Yeah.
Look at us.
look at us.
Oh yeah, nice. Seriously.
Oh wow, we're
Did
on
you
the
finish
air.
school, you idiot?
That's awesome.
I don't care. I'm proud of.
Yeah, I mean, look where we're at.
Independent thinkers for sure, but that's okay. So yeah, that's Hannah's unwritten rule. But basically what she said is that she'll wear like say boots and stuff if it's at a thrift shop. So someone else, basically the blood is on someone else's hands, and then all that blood comes off on their hands, and then you get it, and then blood free, right?
I mean, it's gonna go in the trash or
right.
like,
It's gonna go in the trash.
It's my size.
These Doc Martens look amazing, and I'll throw these away.
Right. But if I buy brand new, then I support the vegan brands.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then obviously there's plenty of. I mean, most of my quote unquote leather jackets are definitely pleather.
Yeah.
Right. I've had the plastic alternative for most. I have one leather jacket. Turns out to be my daughter's favorite. What's that?
Like all my chef stuff's made out of recycled water bottles.
Oh, that's
Nice.
amazing.
Really?
Very cool.
Yeah.
Plastic bottles and
Yeah.
stuff? Does it feel like cotton or does it feel like polyester?
It's like super comfy.
Really?
It's like a football jersey.
Like sporty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I mean, the technology's there, and we got to figure out ways to deal with all this plastic. But yeah. Okay. So again,
I like it.
to recap, is it a bad look to wear a leather jacket to the Vegan Night Market, or should I wear some of
Wear whatever the heck you want.
Okay.
Just be comfy.
Okay, yeah, be comfy.
Yeah, whatever
and
makes
cool.
you feel cool. Yeah, and cool. Oh my god.
Yeah, I gotta look. Well, I'm trying to look cool, Hannah.
Well,
Come on.
and I'm trying to figure out if it's gonna be really cold or not. I feel like a nice sweater is a good idea.
Okay,
You
yeah,
know,
because
because it's probably gonna get chilly
Right.
eventually. So
Yeah, once the sun goes down, it might
Yeah.
get a little chilly. Like I wouldn't wear it during the daytime, but you know, like around 8 o'clock. And the vegan night market starts at what time and ends when?
yeah, so it starts at 5 p.m., 5 to 8 p.m. VIP hour is 4 to 5.
Nice.
Those
And
VIP
get
tickets.
those.
Yeah, get those VIP tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds like that's the way to do it. How do you get those VIP tickets?
So it's in the link in my bio, Death Free Foodie on Instagram or Tucson Foodie on Instagram, or you can go to our website, vnm.tucsonfoodie.com.
Okay, yeah. So TucsonFoodie.com is the best way to find it. And then how much is VIP tickets?
They're $45.
Ooh,
Okay,
that's so
nice.
cheap.
And that includes 2 drinks.
It includes 2
Cocktails
drinks.
if you're choosing, yeah.
Cocktails if you're choosing, a sushi bar with Obon's chef Anthony from Obon, and an hour of free, basically like no lines.
Yeah.
So
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then hobnobbing with other VIPs. Yeah.
yeah, the whole VIP lounge is
Yeah.
so that's cool.
And that's inside the Raceway Park?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's on the soccer field now. So it's all
Okay.
around the soccer field. We have a bunch of makers in the middle and VIP area, the bar. So we have a regular bar and then
Yeah.
the VIP lounge. Yeah.
Look at that. The expansion on this is, so massive and so quick. It's quickly becoming the largest vegan market in all of the Southwest. So congratulations, Hannah. Let's keep this conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Your beef tip coming up right after these words. Stick around. It's Rock 102.1. All right, here, let's answer the phone call here. Somebody keeps calling, so maybe they got a question. Rock 102.1, who's this?
Hey, what's up, Ben? This is Bam.
Bam, what's up, Bam?
Not much, man. I just kind of confused what's going on. They're saying like leather jackets aren't cool, and it's not cool to do like 6 years in high school or 4 years in junior high and stuff like that.
No, we're talking vegan stuff, Bam. So there's a vegan night market happen on Saturday. I was thinking, is it
No.
passe to wear a leather jacket? But apparently it's
No,
cool.
I got it. I was just didn't want to leave you guys hanging. You guys like you out there.
Did we sound like we were hanging? We were hanging this whole time. All right,
I'm just dead
Have a
air.
good day, man. Later.
I appreciate you, Bam. Good hearing from you, dude.
Wait, so if a secondhand leather jacket's okay, what if like you're a vegan?
And this is her own personal rules, by the way.
okay.
She likes to make that clear. This is not like all vegans,
Yes.
and she's not representing all vegans on this because there are some who would definitely be like, they're under no circumstance,
Yeah,
right?
I don't
So
want
does it still
cow-
count if like beef buys a steak, takes a bite? Like I don't want this anymore.
No,
It's just gonna be thrown away. Can
no.
you just eat the steak?
I mean, and hey, maybe some people might feel that way. That might be their like lifestyle. But I think most vegans would not. do
I'm not
that,
vegan
no.
when it comes to
I think-
leftovers.
no. I think in that case, like I come across a lot of food. Even I work with Tucson Foodie half the time, so I come across a lot of non-vegan food. But I just give a lot to my family and blah blah blah. So yeah.
Yeah, do they gift you a bunch of food? Now, are you being recognized of all these restaurants now, wherever you go?
I get a lot. Not
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's what's a new vegan restaurant that's opened in the last like 6 months that you've been blown away by?
Not really. There's not much new stuff. Really.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Once you get all established, and it's
Yeah.
very difficult to open up and start a new business.
I know.
Right.
So really, the people that are doing a lot of new things though, Butte Burger is
Yeah.
like they're doing a lot of things. They're on my list of places I need to go this week. And Whole Slice. Whole Slice is still like I'm obsessed with them. And they're
same,
still
same owner.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Ari's doing good stuff, and Travis is just amazing.
They're incredible.
Where is it? They both
By
is
the
it downtown?
annex.
Oh, by the annex.
So
Okay.
Butte Burger is inside of the annex.
Oh, nice. Yeah, duh. That's why I'm like, I feel like I've seen it. I love going. We went to the annex for Rollies. But that's a good spot location when it's nice weather. The annex is so cool to go to.
I love it.
Yeah.
So
and
cozy.
so many people don't know about it, and they got that built in. I still want to do a festival there.
Yeah.
I want a sample fest too. I gotta talk to Shane, because we had Wesley from Tucson Tasty Show on, and of course he's doing a food truck fighting thing. But I feel like none of these food truck little festivals they do it right because I'm coming in like a fat kid at Costco on Sunday. I want to try all the samples. So it's like give me an example because a lot of things, and same thing with the vegan night market, which is not your fault. But I'll go and I'm like, I want to try this, and this. I get this first thing, and I'm like, oh shit, that's a whole meal, right? And it's hard to. I can't just take a bite of something I just paid like $15 on and then put it away and then go grab something else.
That's a good point. Sampling would be great. It
Would be
sucks
huge.
because permitting wise, like health department wise, it's so hard to have open little like the Costco.
Yeah.
That'd be, it would have to be closed. I mean, so I guess it's easy to do.
Maybe,
They
but
would
yeah,
just-
it does seem wasteful. What if it was like it's not necessarily sample, but just smaller versions? And so here's my idea, and don't steal it, Wesley. But Like say you have a bunch of these like food trucks or restaurants, right? And they just have smaller serving sizes. You buy like basically access. It gives you like 10 coupons that you can go, and then every place you want to try a sample of, you give them a coupon, and then they give you not like a real small sample, but not a full size serving.
Yeah.
And then
like a beer fest.
Yeah, like a beer fest.
So
That's nice.
there used to be this. It was called The Event.
Yeah.
It was here in town, and it was huge. It was like 80 restaurants, and they take over La Cantada, and it was like all levels.
Yeah.
And it was. I think it benefited Big Brothers Big Sisters, whatever. I think it was like $100 a ticket, but it was like 80 restaurants, and it was little small samples, and you would walk around, and they had beer vendors and whatever. And
That's beautiful.
Sounds amazing.
When did they stop doing that?
COVID.
Oh shit.
Who can we talk to bring that back?
Yeah. Who do we talk to?
I mean, the name alone's got the cachet because anybody that was the event, like knew it was the event of the year, and I mean, it was everybody would go there. There'd be 500 people there.
What the heck?
Oh, see, more than 500 vendors, right? Or 500 people working the vendors. If it's just 500 people, that's not big at all.
For La Cantada?
Yeah, that's a lot of people, man.
That's a lot of people.
80 vendors, 500 people, that's a bust. You know, you talk about even 5,000 people.
Well, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back
1,500.
and make it thousands.
So I have a dumb question. Is there a vegan grocery store? Does that exist?
There are. Not in Tucson. We don't have one.
Oh,
but
okay.
in Bisbee is the closest one I know of. It's called Poco,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really awesome. It's
That
it's
makes
tiny.
sense. That it would be in Bisbee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
What about
so
like
cute.
Phoenix or something like that?
You know, I'm sure they must have one in Phoenix, but I don't know.
Why do we not have one if we have so many restaurants that cater to
we
the
have,
vegan?
and I'm sorry, I totally forgot. We have Midtown Vegan Deli.
Oh yeah.
So
Yep.
she has a market in there.
Yeah, shout out
Tanya.
Tanya.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she has a market there.
My
so-
daughter worked there for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get her a job back there. I just need her working. Real quick, viral video of the day. I do have to share this. People keep doing kiss cams wrong. And, you know, they never do this at Tucson Road. Let's go. But there's a right way to do a kiss cam. There's a wrong way. That's a right way.
Okay.
That's a wrong way.
Wait, how is that wrong?
And then he immediately cuts to the kid. That's why.
Oh my god.
Because it's a family game, bro. You know?
Yeah, that's not-
With that guy's face.
Oh, is he okay?
He's having a stroke.
I know. It's my first thought. Like, is it,
Oh.
that's scary. That's
yeah.
rough.
Still trying to realize what happened in the
Even
first.
the first one was a little weak, though. That was like the weakest little kiss ever.
I know. Well, but the kiss cam is going for a kiss. Maybe they were on a first date, you know?
Yeah.
It does.
Oh, that's
You gotta-
true.
Or maybe they're related.
Rock
Oh.
on 2.1 camp. Maybe they were married and you're just like, I'm done kissing. You should come out to a Roadrunners game now. You know, you and your
want to.
husband and stuff. Absolutely. You let me know. I'll hook you up with tickets and we'll make sure you get you guys on the kiss cam and you can show us how it's done.
Oh my gosh.
And the ice is gluten free.
I'm ready.
Yes. All right. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for listening to the show today. Don't forget, a lot of things happening this weekend. The Vegan Night Market is happening at Rillito Raceway Park. For general admission, it's $5. Well, actually, it's free to go attend, but if you want to be a VIP, you can get tickets at TucsonFoodie.com. It goes from 5 to 10 p.m. Rillito Raceway Park. Also, the toy drive that's happening. You could donate a toy at any Charo location. If you do, they will give you a dessert tamale for free. So it's the gift of giving that keeps on giving. So you'll gift a present, a toy for a needy kid to be able to receive this week, this holiday season, and they will gift you back a delicious dessert tamale, which we were eating on this morning, and they are fantastic.
It's worth it.
Yes, so thank you so much, Chef Gary. Thank you so much, Hannah. Follow at Death Free Foodie, at Tucson Foodie, and at Chef Gary while you're at it. Yeah. Just don't follow Valdez, and we're all good. All right, no, just kidding. I had to end the show like a dick somehow. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, rock local.
So much for that beef tip.
Yeah, I know. Well, we didn't have time for a beef tip. I guess my
tip,
beef
beef
tip.
to Valdez. That's the tip.
Oh, well, I got to throw in some comedy. I'm stepping on words and stuff, but I do appreciate you guys. It's going to be a fun weekend. So yes, we'll see everyone out there. See you at the Tamale Fest. See you at the Vegan Fest.
Yay!
Enjoy all the food, and then can I get a Transformer? A Transformer, a good toy?
Oh hell yeah!